Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Finally, some good news, I guess. Why did I say I guess? Because some people's good news are some other people's bad news. So, the little conflict of Nagorno-Karabakh, the one between Armenia and Azerbaijan, ended. Now we have people and countries who claimed that it was because of their pressure or their diplomacy, peacekeeping effort. And I have here about 4 articles from various media outlets, from Agence France Presse, Reuters, and Russians as well, from Sputnik, talking about what happened. The good thing is people don't die. Now, sometimes being incarcerated for life is worse than other things. So let's go and start with Agence France Presse. Azerbaijan halts Karabakh operation as separatists vow to disarm. The terms used for the Armenian forces in, or how should I put them, separatists they call them, in Nagorno-Karabakh is interesting. If this could have been called not separatists, could have been freedom fighters, peace-loving, and whatever. Usually, if the Americans would have agreed with the separatists in Nagorno-Karabakh, which are Armenians, it seems like, or some, they would have used a different term, and the media in the West would have used a different term, not separatists, because separatists sounds ugly. Why? Because the Russians in eastern Ukraine were called separatists, so that's not a good thing. So interesting, that means they got dropped by the Americans. Azerbaijan on Wednesday announced it had halted its military operation in the disputed region of Nagorno-Karabakh after separatist Armenian forces agreed to lay down their arms and hold reintegration talks. I have maps. I will show you where that occurs. And it says here, Baku and the ethnic Armenian authorities in Karabakh said a ceasefire deal had been brokered by Russian peacekeepers to stop the fighting a day after Azerbaijan launched an anti-terrorist operation. I suspect the Russians said, we're gonna queue up, both of you stop. And Americans said, well, can we intervene? Yesterday I covered an article where the authorities in Azerbaijan, I think it was one ambassador, called for Americans to intervene and help. You're going to look over the map and see how close America is of this area. So let's look over the map first. It's better just to have a visual. So here is the map of Europe. Now Azerbaijan is right here by the Caspian Sea, in this area, and this is the Black Sea, this is Ukraine, this is Russia, part of Russia, and you have here Georgia, and then you have so Azerbaijan here, and here you have, doesn't even show very well here, but I will show you a different one like this. So this part here, this is where this occurs. This is Georgia here, this is Turkey, this is Asia, Asia being Iran here, Iran and Iraq down here. Iraq does not have a border with Armenia, as you would see right here. So here is Armenia. Now it has. On another map I saw it doesn't. Interesting. Even if it has, I think it has. Even if it has, it doesn't really matter, because the Americans cannot bring weapons in Armenia if they want through Iran, let's say, if they choose. So Nagorno-Karabakh is right in between here. This is Azerbaijan, this is Russia, this is Georgia. I don't see United States anywhere, do you? So if the US would like to intervene, could intervene probably only through Georgia, which is Russia right here, and Turkey. Now, this is where the thing occurred. In a grand scheme right here of things, is located, as I said, between the Black Sea and the Caspian Sea, right here. All right, so now that we know that one, we can go back to another article here from Reuters. Update: Armenian separatists, again, they use a separatist, in Karabakh surrender and agreed to ceasefire after Azerbaijani offensive. So separatists agreed to ceasefire with Baku's forces, agreed to disarm and disband. And then let's go to the next one, which is from Sputnik. Azerbaijan, Nagorno-Karabakh agreed to ceasefire through coordination of Russian peacekeepers, Minister of Defense. So, through the mediation of the command of the Russian peacekeeping contingent, that's what the translation should be, an agreement was reached between the Azerbaijani side and representatives of Nagorno-Karabakh on a complete cessation of hostilities. The implementation of these agreements will be carried out in coordination with the command of the Russian peacekeeping contingent, the military said in a statement. I think the Russians said, as I said at the beginning, we're going to queue up like two kids, knock their heads and say, go to clean your rooms and don't create problems. I'm busy with the Americans here in Ukraine. So the command of the Russian peacekeeping contingent is in close contact at the appropriate level with the Azerbaijani and Armenian sides, representatives of Nagorno-Karabakh. The prevention of bloodshed, very good, compliance with the norms of humanitarian law in relation to the civilian population, as well as ensuring the safety of the Russian peacekeeping contingent are discussed, the military said in a statement. So we're good with that. Next one, not this one, actually is right here. Sputnik: Russian peacekeepers actively working with all parties involved in Nagorno-Karabakh, Putin says. And his picture like, I'm gonna you up. Okay, well, whatever. Good that all this thing stopped for now, because I don't think that will not burst in the open again. There are some unsolved things and there's a lot of weapons there, it seems like. And someone must be sponsoring these guys. Otherwise, anyway, here it is, my friends. I'm glad the thing stopped with intervention, active intervention of peacekeeping forces of the Russian Federation, which I suspect they were not like, hey, what's going on? Tell me, yeah, you boo-boo, you got a boo-boo here? Got a boo-boo? Oh, smack, go back to your room, I guess. And the other one at the same time, when you turn to deal with the other guy's boo-boo, it just is in his room already, you know, folding his clothes nicely. Good job, Gigi. Gigi1 and Gigi2. Gigi1 needed a smack, Gigi2 got the message. Oh, let's go. That's how I think it occurred, exactly like that. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.